Coach, it's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
And that was a good run. This was only one of 9 guys to go over 1,000 yards in 2017. And I think you can't let him run wild here.
What do you think, 100 yards, the measuring stick?
Always. That is the threshold. You want to keep him under that if you want to play good defense.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Shut down, shut down.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson.
And that run was memorable for only one reason. There was absolutely no place to run with the football. No gaps, no creases, no gain.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On second down, here's Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It'll be a gain of 4, and they're going to have a third down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still, a lot of guys to account for.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Dalton, 1st and 10. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So a little breathing room now. First and 10 at the 17. They give it off here to the tight end. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Cameron Hayward in on the tackle.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second down, Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A big play there for the Bengals. 56 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's first and 10. The first carry for the second-year man, Joe Mixon. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Switzer now to return. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball away.
Now Bell. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Vontaze Burfict, the one to get him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, Roethlisberger. This is Bell on the dump-off. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
There is no doubt that Geno Atkins is really strong and stout at the point of attack. But I love his suddenness, the ability to make plays, to be in one spot, and then he's gone. And into the offensive backfield, he's a heck of a player.
And they're a big TFL tackle for loss.
Hard to believe that his father, Gene Atkins, was an NFL defensive back. He's bred this big defensive tackle.
And McDonald here over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
go.
On third down, Roethlisberger. And they get to him with the pressure as Roethlisberger goes down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Now here's Ross. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Big O 368. Big O 368. 2 by 2. Move.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 36 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
They go play action here on 1st down. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. Escaping the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Passing again, Dalton on 2nd and 10. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Green's first catch of the game. Good for a 1st down. They'll give it to Mixon. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
368!
It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Steelers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. That's caught inside the 20. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Well, Charles, Le'Veon Bell, 26 going on 27, and the shelf life of these NFL running backs seems to be getting shorter and shorter. How long can he go at this torrid pace?
Usually we say 30 is kind of the line of demarcation for a running back. But Le'Veon Bell played all 16 games in 2017, takes great care of himself off the field. I think he's got a chance to break through that 30-year-old mark, and in a big way.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, the lone man in the backfield, Le'Veon Bell. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Jack 16.
On 3rd and goal, Roethlisberger. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. And out now, here come the Bengals. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
2 by 2. Move.
A 1st down throw coming for Dalton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 54 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this.
Go on the ball. On the ball. Here we go. Can.
First and 10 for Dalton. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And the pitch goes to Mixon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. And Bullock will put this one through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Roethlisberger will throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Nine seconds to play, likely the final snap of the first half as it's 1st and 10. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. The Bengals hoping Mixon improves on the numbers from his rookie year. He's back there again on 1st down. Back to Mixon on 1st down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
Mixon with a first down carry. And now running right through it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On 1st and 10, Dalton to Mixon on the check down. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it a second down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do?
That was hit, and Dalton lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check 6 guard. There you go. We're good. We're good. Heavy.
3rd and long. What will Dalton dial up? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did. Yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Snickers, you gotta spin. Jack 16.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Vontaze Burfict. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Go on the ball.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Watch the safety creep. Hey. Heavy. 59.
Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Good. 368. There you go, 368.
Snap came at 1. Now here's Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
And a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Andy Dalton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's a give to Mixon. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Pass for 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 31 yards there and a first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing. Slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
24. There you go. Heavy. Side.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. He gets this one to Boyd. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
We got 3, fellas. We got 3. Check.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Bengals in possession of the football and in possession of the lead as well as we start the 4th.
Side. 368.
Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Hey, get ready for something coming left.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They get it to him running left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
We're good.
Dalton. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. A.J. Green with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Bullock good on the extra point, and that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Line of scrimmage, again, the 25, 2nd and 10. Second and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit him with a screen soon.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. A first throw here for the backup Taylor. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Taking it about the 16. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
There you go. 93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go. Check three.
The drive will commence with a run by Mixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
Again, it's Mixon. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd down, Mixon. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's got daylight. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. Here's Bullock now for the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And the lead is now 24. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Switzer now to return. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now Taylor to throw. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On second down, Taylor. And this will be incomplete. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Now it's Taylor. He rifles one that's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Switzer now to return. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Steelers' offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone,
the Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Jordan Willis in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On second down, here's Taylor. On the left side, it's McDonald. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game.
Taylor hit. He lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Oh, passing it. Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, Something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open. That makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Bengals, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And now they'll head to the bye week as they'll be back in action in Week 8.